Today I'm going to be talking about how to start a build in Elden Ring. This applies to both seamless co-op version as well as vanilla, since I believe everything shown in this video is the most optimal route to getting started, regardless of what build you are playing as. The first thing you will want to do after making and naming your character is choose a keepsake. I recommend Golden Seed since it helps you with your flask management, but any keepsake or even no keepsake is still viable. After that, you will watch a cutscene and then your journey begins at the Chapel of Anticipation. Grab the item in the top right hand corner and read the message if you wish. Next, you will head down the steps until you come across a bridge. Don't worry about missing anything, there isn't any loot for you to grab just yet. You will cross the bridge into a boss arena. You're technically meant to lose this fight, but if you can manage to beat him, he does reward you with a decent sword and shield combo. Although, you don't have to fight him at all, and you can actually just jump off the cliff like I do as soon as he spawns. If you do manage to kill him, you still will have to jump off the cliff anyways to trigger the next cutscene. After the cutscene, you will wake up in the Cave of Knowledge. This is the tutorial area. Feel free to move on past the tutorial if you are already familiar with the game's mechanics. Regardless, it is still a good refresher if it's been a while since your last playthrough, so I suggest moving the camera down and jumping below for a quick reminder of the game's mechanics. At the end of the cave, you will come across the most fearsome boss. Soldier of God, Rick. After defeating him, you may exit the cave where he came from, picking up an emoji on the way out. As you leave the Cave of Knowledge, you will want to grab the loot in the top right corner and grab both Sites of Grace on your way to talking to Vari the White Mask. After exhausting all of his dialogue options, your next step will be to head towards the Church of Ella to your north without alerting the tree sentinel that patrols the road to your right. At the Church of Ella, grab the smithing stone off the smithing table and buy the crafting kit from Merchant Kale, if you have enough runes for it. Then touch the Site of Grace.
Goodbye.
Your next step will be to follow the Light of Grace that points northeast until you come across the Site of Grace that is at the northern tip of the gatefront ruins. Also, feel free to kill any soldiers along the way for runes. I found a golden rune on the ground, so I consumed it so I could get a free level up. Once at this Site of Grace, talk to Melina after the cutscene and accept her offer. I do recommend for the beginning of the game putting most of your levels into Vigor, as that's what will keep you alive. I then recommend putting the ring for Torrent in either your pouch or your equipment for easier access. Next step is to loot the carriage, get the map fragment, and the redstone knife, all of which can be found here at the gatefront ruins. If you're an inexperienced player, stealth is probably your best option, although feel free to fight them head on if you wish. After unlocking the site of Grace, south to the gatefront ruins, open your map and fast travel back to Church of Ella to get your spirit summoning bell.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure. I am the witch. I'd heard tell, and upon looking the talk, thou art but call for. I was instructed by torrents. 'Tis a bell, summon the spirits will obey. Now it is that.
Equip the summoning bell in your pouch for easy access. Now, fast travel back to the last set of Grace you had visited and head east. Crossing a bridge, make sure to grab the smithing stone off the ledge and then head to the crucifix on top of the hill in front of you. Make sure to change the time of day to either morning or noon. That way you don't accidentally run into a boss you're probably not ready for yet. Also, if you want access to Bach's questline, and for him to be able to tailor your clothing attire for you later on, make sure you hit this brown bush here that's talking to you.
You were just... Thank you. I was pushed out and I ended up as a... Oh, my mate, so this is all my hope. Or I couldn't then...
Once you are at the crucifix, you can either fight the 3 guards who are guarding it, or you can run past them to grab the loot that is at the base of the crucifix. Once you get the gold pickled foul foot, you will hop back on your horse, heading east to the Third Church of America that's next to the Mistwood Forest.
Is anybody there? Some people might be interested in rescuing the great Kenny Fight. Servants to the Jewel have been celebrated for purity.
Here you can pick up your flask of Wondrous Physic and a sacred tear to upgrade your flasks. A conversation with Melina can also be had here to learn more about the lore.
Spoken words, if you wish. Very well, my lord. With thine ear will well.
Now, exit the church to the main archway and head to your right, following the stream until you find a portal. Take the portal to the Bestial Sanctum. At the Bestial Sanctum, be sure not to disturb the gargoyle behind you, and instead open the door to the building in front of you, and sit at the Set of Grace. This will take you to the Roundtable hold.
Fixed a time if you have. It seems my torrent, whereas I nearly there is, but I can take you gathering place. Very well, let my hand rest.
Something I do see people getting confused on is how to access the Site of Grace. To access it, you need to be on the outside edge of the table and not within any talking distance to any NPC. Standing on the table will not let you access the Site of Grace. As you can see here, all of this can be done fairly quickly, getting your first level up, access to the Roundtable hold, a gold pickled foulfoot, starting box questline, your first map fragment, a whetstone knife, and a crafting kit can all be done in about 15 minutes or so. Anyways, I want to thank you for watching my video and I hope it was informative. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments section below and I will do my best to answer them in a timely manner.